Now, after the death of my mother, because there were so many of us, no one member of our family could take all of us and raise us. So my brother Glenn went to live with one of my grandparents. My sisters Brenda and Linda went to live with another grandparent. Also, my younger brother Gary went to live with a grandparent as well. But unfortunately, no one really wanted to take me in because, you see, I was the black sheep. I was the runt of the family. I was the black sheep of the family. I was a very inquisitive, deviant kid growing up. Just into a lot of things. Wasn't really bad, just curious. And so I had to go live with my father. Now, my father lived in a small town right outside of Houston, Texas. And well, I remember first getting there and my dad telling me, boy, the only reason you here is because you have nowhere else to go. Nobody else wants you. That's the only reason that you're here. So you stay out of my way. And my father had already moved on. He had had another family. And so when I got there, I had nowhere to sleep. So I had no bed, so I slept on the floor. I had no dresser, no closet, no place to put my clothes, the few things that I had. So basically, I was living out of a bag. And so after about a year of that, my attitude and everything started to change. Because I realized that if it is to be, it was going to be up to me. I had to figure out how to way to take care of myself. Because when I got to my father's, I was surrounded or placed into an environment where there was a lot of young men that was a lot older than I was. And so I had to figure out a way to exist. So I was picked on all the time. I was beat up a lot. And I had to get to the point that I had to realize, you know what? How do I take care of myself? So not having any skills or knowing how to fight or think in that kind of environment, I had to develop some street smarts. And so I realized that if someone was bigger than me, I had to get something to kind of make the fight equal. And so I would always make sure that I either had something with me or I could get to something in the event of a physical altercation. Needless to say, growing up was tough physically, mentally, and spiritually. Because without my family, with the absence of my brother, my sisters, my brothers and my sisters, it forced me to develop and to grow up alone or isolated. But it was a blessing and a curse. Because growing up, I developed a lot of street smarts that I could use, or that I did use later on in life. And as I grew up there, I started to think and I started to realize, you know what? I have to figure out a way to exist. And so that's what I did. I did whatever it took in order for me to survive in that environment. Now, I'm not proud of some of the things that I did, but I made sure that I got out of that environment. I graduated from high school and went directly into the military. I joined the Marine Corps and I became a Marine. The Marine Corps was probably one of the best decisions that I ever made because it gave me an identity, it gave me a title, it gave me a uniform, it gave me a sense of value, a sense of purpose, and a sense of direction. So I did fairly well in the Marines, but again, the Bible says that he who deals with a slack hand leads to poverty or will become poor. The slack hand means that you're not putting forth a full effort. And see, I didn't understand the concept of spiritual law or spiritual principle. And as I went into the military, I wasn't willing to put forth 100% effort, so I didn't get back 100% effort. But it did give me a sense of purpose and a sense of direction.